Second.
There it is. He's got it.
Did that.
I'd like to call the drainage board in order. I'd like to call the drainage board in order for February 10th, 2026. We'll start out with the prayer and the pledge of allegiance. Lord Jesus, we're asking you to come to this day and ask us to guide us in the county's business. Watch over us, make us make the right decisions. In your name we pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Okay, approval of minutes. I need a motion.
Make a motion to approve the minutes from the previous meeting.
I got a second.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Kenny on WebEx.
Okay. Motion carries. Moving on to claims, we got the Chronicle Tribune, $32.23. The tile is $843.32 in the red. Next one is Grant County Treasurer for $1,742.10. A loan from the GDIF to the maintenance fund. The next one is Tom's Excavating for $1,285 on the Burkhart Swagger. The fund has $9,354 in the fund. The next one is Amazon Capital Services for $94.27. Office supplies, $300 in the fund. And the Chronicle Tribune for $32.23. The Berg Tile. And the fund has $3,779.35.
Where's
Bellevue.
Tom's from?
What'd you say,
Where's
Kenny?
Tom's? Where is Tom's from?
Tom's Excavating. Hang on one second.
Burkhart Swagger.
No, he's saying where they're from.
Oh.
Marion.
They're from Marion, Kenny.
They're Marion.
Yes.
Never heard of them.
They were, didn't they underbid everybody else on that job? Yeah, at the end of the year, by a bunch, yeah.
Oh, yeah. They underbidded that by at the end of the year on that job.
And we said we'd give them a try and see what they did, and how they were.
Yeah. The Bellevue tile, where's that at?
Jonesboro.
Jonesboro.
9th in Wichita.
Okay.
That's one that Eric Ragg went in and.
Remember he had to jet it,
Oh,
went over and all
We
that.
have-
Well, so there many tiles I can't keep track of
Well,
them.
that's the one actually we told Jonesboro to set a couple manholes or we wasn't gonna come back because we can't reach it if they don't put the manhole
Yeah.
in. But we still haven't heard back from Jonesboro.
Yeah.
But that's for a public meeting, right?
Next meeting
That's
is
the
public hearing on
advertisement.
that.
Yes.
Move we pay these claims as presented.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Check on WebEx.
Motion carries. Moving on to old business. Stony Creek follow-up discussion.
Okay, you had asked me to check with Kyle about getting rid of the forest rates in the right of way. And, if we're lowering what the rate is, like if the acre is less than what the right of way was,
Right.
then we can go ahead and just change it. But if it's more, like the forest rate is less than the acre, we can't. So Cindy went ahead and took care of all the right of
Right away.
ways. But we still have some forest rates, so,
We can just change them.
no, we can't
You
just
can't raise
change
them, you
them.
can lower them without a public hearing.
But it's only $1.25 an acre anyways, and so I don't know if you guys want to see. Pass that around, they can look at what it brings in now versus just a projected rate I came up with, but
Are we having a public meeting on any time or?
that's what, I have dates if you want
Yeah,
to.
has to be set.
Yeah,
Anybody petitioned for it?
No. I just had a question as far as the forest rates, so that's how that all got
but they
started.
do need to go away. So, and, I know last year they were talking about any of the low rates, we
Well,
need to
that's
start
probably
looking
be
into.
farming.
And this is $1.50 an acre, so. And then March 31st is the verge tile. I can do it along with that if you want that 2-in-1 meeting. The only day it does not work is would be April 28th, that's Crane Pond,
Is it Stony Creek,
because we don't want it.
is in the red, or are we just in,
It just doesn't bring in much. And if they ever had a problem,
okay,
it's $1.50 an
I
acre.
know, that's not but I was wondering, nobody has petitioned,
Nobody petitioned, but I
we
mean, we
just
don't
do
have to
it
have.
on our own. That's fine, you know, cause I was quarter doesn't pay anything.
I know, the way we've been doing it, you know what I mean? So in case you do got trouble, you got something in there to work off of.
Was there anybody talk to any people in the watershed, or they're for it or against it, or nobody?
Where's
No,
it at?
IMI senior. Up
Am I
Thank
senior?
you. Oh, yeah, I
Okay.
knew, I drew a blank there.
there southeast of Oak Hill High School.
I'm trying to remember, one time, did Raymond say something needed done, or?
Out there,
A couple meetings ago, he talked about Bud Silverthorne called in about
Yes.
water, but I don't know if anybody's ever done, because he did try to reach Bud and nothing, and Bud never responded, so.
okay, I don't really know, so I can't answer that question.
The one I asked him about having a public hearing is it cleans this issue up, and then we move on to something else. Get it done. Since you guys spent so much time looking
I
into it.
mean, what dates work for you?
It's ready.
Oh, it's ready, okay. So what date you got again?
Okay, if you want to do it the same day as the verge tile, we can. If not, then April 14th or May 12th.
Is the Burge tile gonna be a short one, you
It's
think?
about 107 parcels in it. And this one has 102, so about the same size.
When's the bird stop?
March 31st.
Let's do it the same day.
Yeah, cause everybody's okay with that date anyway, so.
Cause Doug's gonna be getting in the field shortly after.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was thinking too. So.
So we just have to have a motion to have a public hearing?
Yes.
And well, before you do that, you need to figure out what rates you want to use.
Oh, yeah.
Just because I did those rates doesn't mean that's what that's covered with. I just wanted
What
to,
rates did you figure that?
She figured $10 an acre, 150 home site, and a minimum, this minimum of $10 a parcel, right?
Mhm.
Minimum of $10 a parcel.
Cause we've been
minimum
making
50,
them homesteads about
$10
150 everywhere. And you don't want them to come back and, you
So
know, ask
basically,
us,
if somebody owns
why
a
I gotta pay
parcel,
this much? and
they're
they
gonna
pay
be
this
paying the
much.
minimum.
What is you got any land in that?
I'm sorry?
Not Stony Creek.
Or
No.
what do you think, for farmers, you know, will they
Yeah,
object to
who's in that
$10?
area?
Well, you know, I was,
Bridget, this is what.
you know, we keep talking about Back Creek and Newbie, Little
This is what
Newbie.
it is.
And so I use that as an example, and I was doing some figuring on that over since the last meeting, and, you know, if you raise that thing to $10 and 150 or whatever, you know, you're going to get quite a bit of money in there. And so, you know, my personal opinion is you don't need all that money. They don't need all that money sitting there if you've got everything cleaned and all we're doing is dredging. And we're not taking any tile ditches. So, you know, on this one, is there any tile ditches on it? Or the tile ditches all on their own?
For Stony Creek, right?
Stony Creek, yeah.
Yeah, I believe there are some tile there.
That makes sense.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is, we've tried to raise these, especially the homesteads, because try to keep everybody around the same, you know what I mean? And I understand what you're saying, but it's kinda, you guys' this is what you guys
Send
said.
them out at these rates and then we can,
Yeah, we can always negotiate to them.
Yeah,
Well,
and there must not be a problem with it because it's Shins and, Ron Cates are on it. And they haven't complained, so it must be working.
And also you gotta consider your shut off. If you do
Yes.
4 years, if you do 8 years, it pretty much will never shut off.
Right.
Do them
But if
all
you
on
do
8
4
years.
Do them all when I,
Well, I'm just saying.
well, on this one, you might want to do 4, right? Because if you ain't gonna use the money, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many, like, if you go look at Stony Creek, how many, is there much trees on it?
No, there were like 25 parcels, I think. Now there's like 7 as far as forest. So it'll just get absorbed into the acreage.
Yeah. So, I'm fine proposing these rates and then,
Yeah.
I think the interesting thing would be how many feet of tile are on
Okay.
this Stony Creek account?
Do not know.
A county tile? Well, you don't know, but you can find out, right?
Right,
Yeah,
right.
okay.
Correct.
All right, I'm gonna make a motion that we have a public hearing for March 31st for the Stony Creek and tributaries, for the proposed, minimum $50 minimum parcel, $10 an acreage and $150 a home site
In 8 years.
in 8 years.
second. I'll second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We'll move on to Middle Fork discussion.
Kenny Bo.
Oh, Kenny, did you get a vote? We're gonna put the Stony Creek on to, raise the rate.
You said the 31st.
March 31st.
March 31st.
Is he on mute?
Kenny?
Can you hear me? Yeah, I can barely hear you.
I think you voted yes.
All right, thanks. Motion carries. Now we'll move on to Middle Fork discussion.
Middle Fork Martin.
Yep.
Middle Fork, just to let the board know, there was discussion with Dave DeBoer, and Dave's out here in the audience. Dave and I had a discussion, from what I understand, Middle Fork was raised rates last year. And so when Dave and I were talking about what needs to be done out there, and whether the option would be if it came back up on the agenda in August before we got in the fields, and whether any money could be spent, this year's money and possibly next year's money, to start cleaning on it, just to get something started and get some log jams or get some trees down so log jams wouldn't happen. And mainly just to let the board know that conversation was had. Is that fair, Dave?
That's fair.
Yeah. So that's just being open, letting them know what's going on.
How much money we got in there, Mary?
I know I can't let them know. Oh, me.
I was thinking it brought in like 48,000 a year.
This isn't working.
And then, but Dave and, Steve Comer were in
That
to
was it,
spend
wasn't it?
4,000 or 6,000
Here it is.
on a log jam.
Has it collected yet?
I don't know. I think this is the first
26, the first year collects? Okay.
Yeah. So there's,
Does it collect in this year, Mary?
It should, if we have the hearing before the end of the year.
We already had a hearing on it, didn't we?
yeah, you already had a hearing. Yeah, I think it collects this year.
And I don't know what the rate was, but it was not enough. That bad shape is it in, but, it passed, and so we went with it, but,
Looking like it's got a zero balance. So I think this is the first year it collects.
yeah.
It's just trying to use some money that's in there to keep the thing moving. So it's, don't have to spend all that money and keep it collecting. So told Dave I'd bring it up just to make the board aware.
And how much does it collect?
48,000.
Yeah.
But you only gonna get about half of it in the
Yeah.
spring. So
Yeah, I think the other half in the fall, and then whether the board will allow the 27 collection to be spent in the winter, to just go out there and spend 90,000 to keep get the trees started coming down.
We gotta watch, because we gotta come up with the money some way, be a general drain and pool board.
It's gonna run out one of these
Gonna run
days.
out.
Yeah,
So
we're already
you
over.
spend too much.
How much
you
are we
don't have
over?
the general
How much are we
drain.
over, like 22,000 or something like that? Are we
Oh,
still over
no.
that?
Can you go back to?
Middle Fork?
Yeah.
No, we're talking in general.
So Joe, right here.
Yeah. 27, 11, 58.
That middle fork is in bad shape,
Right
isn't
now,
it?
there's what, 260?
Bad shape all the way along, everywhere.
There's
Right.
263,000 and only,
There's 156,000 in general.
263.
Oh.
and 6,500 in loans right now, which will be paid back. A lot of it will be paid back in the spring collection.
Well, you know how this guy feels about that stuff. We have to pay it out of the general until we get it.
Well, when we use the general fund, then we don't have anything.
Right,
Yeah, how do we build it back up?
right.
We get it, we only use it for where it can be paid back.
Yeah.
So if we had to
Within a
pay
year,
it,
I
they
think
could,
is
we
what
can
you
get it
would
back
say
from
for
the
them.
collection.
They can use it
Correct.
long
Yeah,
to
but
pay
you
back
gotta-
in a year.
If you spend it too much, you're not gonna have.
Right, you won't have it, yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's all that is. So
Okay.
that cleans that up.
So you wanna make
Do
it,
nothing.
No, nothing. Yeah, I just making you aware, but no, do nothing.
so we'll move on to new business. Sims Franklin, Angie Schwinn representing Doug Morrow, maintenance request. Right up here, young man.
Andrew Schwinn, McCain Brothers, here for Doug Morrow. We're doing a project for him. They're on 125 South, 500 West, and I believe is at 600 South, I think. If I remember correctly, to the South Road. But we're
They
ditching.
all have the.
Okay, gotcha. Well, this is for the connection to the Sims Franklin, but we're in total there around Doug Morrow's house. He's asked us to tile 330 acres for him, and with that, he wants us to outlet. He's cleared part of the Sims Franklin open ditch, and he would like us to outlet into that. And so with that, we're here requesting to do so.
So all you're asking is just request to dump it at St. Franklin.
Yes.
You don't want any money.
Nope.
Oh, you're a good guy.
Yeah, we like you.
We like to prove those.
Yeah. Okay, so I need a motion.
Make a motion the board approve that McCain Brothers and Doug Morrow can outlet in the Sims Franklin.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
He voted.
I heard you, Kenny. The next one is Harper Legal Tile. Andrew Schwinn representing Doug Morrow. Permission to outlet.
Again, here, Andrew Schwinn with McCain Brothers representing Doug Morrow. He's asked us to tile an 80-acre farm that is on Highway 22. He calls it the Arundel Farm. And that farm actually does drain down to the Harper Ditch legal tile by the way of the watershed map. And so we would like to propose to outlet for him, run the outlet down to the east side of Derek Gunning and Dave Gunning's farm, who is here. I've talked to them about that, and then cross them and connect to the Harper Ditch legal tile.
Is it already on the Harper legal tile?
No, it's
It's not.
there's no tile. Well, it's in the watershed, but
Yeah.
I don't know where his
Is it in the
existing
water?
tile. Yes. I don't know where his existing tile goes. I guess would be a good way to put it.
That tile over there on that farm comes straight north. There's a county tile on the Frymood farm.
On the west side.
On the west side,
It's not any good. It's junk.
Goes into the Keaton Ditch, I believe it is. And
I
there.
own that corner, and I run one clear to the ditch, and I paid for it myself. And Morrow wants one to go to the Harper Ditch. I don't have a problem with going to Harper Ditch.
yeah, he just wants an outlet. He just wants an outlet, Kenny.
Okay. Well, his outlet goes through the old Pope farm over there. Hey, Barry bought it. That's where the outlet went through. So he needs to go straight to the creek.
To the south.
He just needs we don't, there's no
No,
problem
he
there
did-
hooking it.
He just wants a permission for an outlet. That's all he's wanting.
Yeah, that's no problem.
Mr. Gaines, you have a problem with it?
I don't have no problem with it.
Okay.
The
I need
only
a
thing
motion.
is, I think he needs to put a 25, that may be a 2018 or 22 up through there. When he comes back, he needs to come back with 24 towards the road.
The Harper, the county tile.
Cause you're gonna speak on that too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He needs to pay that himself.
Okay. I'm just looking for a motion now to have him outlet.
Yeah, I'll make a motion, he can tie in the harbor tile since he's already in the watershed, yeah.
That first and second.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next one is Harper Legal Tile. Andrew Swin representing Doug Morrow, presenting quote.
Yeah, again, Andrew Schwinn, McCain Brothers representing Doug Morrow. We just got done speaking about Doug Morrow outletting into the Harper. Thanks for allowing us to do that. And then going off of that, it's been known that the Harper ditch legal tile is in pretty bad condition. From past meeting minutes, Scott Rogers has commented about, the condition of it. With that, us outletting a new tile system for Doug Morrow, we would like to give him a good product, for what we're installing for him. And with that, we would like to replace the current Harper, which is an 18-inch, I believe. I've been working a little bit with Raymond Bear on this, and there is not a lot of information regarding this tile. I did go measure the head wall, and it is roughly 17, 18 inches of where it comes in at the head wall on the north side of 600 South. There's also a 12-inch that comes in there as well. Again, not 100% sure where that goes to, but that would be kind of, in this discovery phase. So I've got a quote that I've sent to the drainage board to replace that for $39,985. I know Doug Kingseed has talked to me a little bit about what it would cost to upsize that. I've got some information on that, and then also, not knowing exactly what is tied into this tile, the county tile that's currently out there. I'm looking to be pretty fair, and I added some additional just cost points down below. I also added stone if that was something that the county would like to see done. So I've got a couple copies of that if you'd like me to pass that out so you all can see that. But I'm able to provide the cost of upsizing to 24 if that's something that the board would like to see.
Let Doug pay the thing himself.
Yeah.
He'll bring that,
197.
that
So-
farmer.
Yeah.
How much is in it?
Mary's is right,
It's like 190,000.
191,000. So, yeah, so what Andrew and I talked about, or what, went out and looked at it, and like you said, there's a 17 or 18 inch in there. Gunnings are here that farm on it and worked on it.
Yes.
And you want to speak how bad it is or what you guys' preference?
When I bought farm.
Come right up here,
4
sir.
years ago,
Just come
Derek,
up
come up
here, say your name and address.
Derek Gunning. When I purchased the farm a couple years ago, I had it retiled on the back half, and there is a spot along, I think, Wybrew and myself that we have fixed numerous times. I don't remember the size of the tile. For some reason, I'm thinking it's a bigger tile on the 18 to 24, somewhere in there. I don't remember exactly what we did. Slept since then, but it is not good. It is egg-shaped and broke down.
How old that tile? Does anybody know? That
It's a clay.
1890s,
It's
1900?
older than me.
Well, yeah.
So I don't have any information. Like I said, this is a farm I purchased along the way here, so I don't have any information on it.
Doug,
So
what
it-
does that come up to?
It starts at 600 head wall and goes to the northeast, 1,200 feet. It looks like on a map. Goes to the northeast, 1,200 feet on a county map. And so the reason we talked about upgrading it to a 24 is if you take an 18 and talk about coefficient. So coefficient is how much water per acre per hour. So we talk about a half inch of water over a 24-hour period. It outsizes an 18. But that's why, that was the thinking of taking it to 24. But on this particular tile, there's a head wall right there, which Andrew mentioned there's a 12 already into it. And then, and as Derek has mentioned, this other tile is not much count. So whether you're going to put this thing in at a 24, since you're bringing Doug Morrow this way,
Yeah.
and Derek's coming this way, or whether these guys, want to kind of go around the 18 if it gets overloaded and tie their own into the head wall. My personal preference is put a 24 in there if you can get the cover. Which, do you know how much cover you can have?
From LiDAR based off of, I could get real close to 3 foot.
So, good cover.
What's, on to the north of it? Anybody else gonna hook into it later?
County tile is down there on the Frymood farm. That's the county tile,
Yeah.
but it's junk, It comes across 22, goes over to Morgan's. But Morgan bought that farm, so he wants to replace it again. I had to replace mine, but when I did, I made a mistake and I didn't write on the deed that they couldn't hook into it. So when you get it on these tile, you want to make sure you're big enough. Neighbor wants to hook into it or else get an agreement that they can't hook into it.
Yeah, I agree with you. 24 inch, you know what's going there. You always, I'm a plumber, so I don't do what you guys do, but I always try to go to the next size, prepare for the future, you know what I'm saying?
You got a problem
Or
with
more
24?
water or whatever.
A lot more money, but
Talking about $12,000, so that's,
That's minimal, we'll go that much bigger, isn't it?
I think so.
That many feet.
I guess my question is, your machine you machine it in, or are you gonna have to excavator it in?
We have a big boot that's capable of that. It's actually sitting up here right now. We just got done and dug back through it, so we can wheel in 24 inches up to, I'll say 6.5 foot deep, safely. Confident, should say.
Are you okay with that, sir?
And that boot does have cutters on it. It's got everything that we need to be able to lay that tile, reinforce it. So
Does the fund have enough money to pay for the whole project?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I just want to bring note to this quote that I dropped off. So we don't know exactly what we have out there to coming into this, and that's where you'll see the additional items on a per unit basis. I don't want to rake anybody over the coals, but I also don't know what is out there. That's kind of that's why I also put the estimated needs. That's kind of what I'm able to see from past aerial imagery. I've got some old maps if you'd like to see those.
I'm okay with this. We just like you to take pictures like you did and, show us, when you run into something and,
Yep.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, and when we get done, I can provide you with a GPS map that actually gets you within a couple feet of where you're actually gonna have your tile at.
Are we gonna take 24 back to where you were thinking 18, and then 18 back so far on the 12? That you kinda drew up?
For Doug Morrow, I need 12-inch steel wall. I will go as far as you want me to with the 24-inch. If you want me to run 24-inch all the way out there, we can definitely do that.
I mean, he can only run 24 on our bill,
Right.
the same length as
the ditch.
And that's roughly what I'm going off of. You know, speaking with Raymond Surveyor, I didn't have a lot of definitive, you know, footage to go off of, but I did have what Derek had installed and where it's actually at. And what I was able to kind of pinpoint between the two was really very, very close to 1,200 feet.
Cause mine pretty almost ties in right at that 18 where he was going.
At the end of it.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty darn close. But probably within spitting distance.
So I need a motion, right?
There is money in available to do this.
Yeah, thank you. We need you to verify this.
Did we already start a project on this
We
ditch
did, and that's
last
what I was
time?
trying to think.
Are you cleaning it, Dave?
Redmond is, yes.
And do you remember?
Yeah,
how
we
much
are,
that
this
was?
is, then he came and
Right.
went to the
46,000.
tile.
46, yeah.
Just stay.
We
Okay.
don't want to spend more money than
Even
we got.
still, spending the 51, we're still gonna have money in it.
Pardon?
Even if we spend for the 24, with what we've already spent, we'll still have money in it.
But
Okay.
just so you know, it is not going to collect this year.
But it will next year.
It will in 27,
Right.
Right.
but not in
Money,
26.
it's their money. I
Right.
mean, you
Yes.
don't wanna, it's not our money.
Right.
We just don't wanna
So you
let
know.
them get in the red.
Correct. So we had to take out of the general.
Yeah. The slush fund that everybody thinks you got up there.
Whatever. Easy to get along with. If we don't need to spend the extra money, we don't need to spend the extra money. My thought process, but if we need to do it, then we need to do it.
But is there a chance you're gonna wanna do more tiling on your field and hook into it again?
I only have another 23 acres to go into that I personally own. And most of that is on a downhill slide. That probably most of my water go in the creek on the surface anyways. So yes and no. How's that?
What do you want to do? You're the main landlord, not me.
You're gonna have a lot better, 18 is better than what you got,
Oh, yeah.
but,
Yes.
But is 18 big enough?
yeah.
And if you're doing it, you know, you're there, you just
Yeah, we only wanna do it once.
That much for 1,200 feet.
Really?
There's plenty, if you're asking me, there's plenty of money in this fund, I would certainly upsize it to 24.
Yes,
If I was,
I agree.
I'm not involved, but if I was.
I'm fine with that. Upsize 24.
Question. We also talk about 24, do they make a 21?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think they make, it's all like.
They do through
20.
Springfield, but you're,
You know,
you're land ADA.
Yeah, smaller. I work with just about anything.
I move that we go with, option B on updating the Harper Eagle tile, upgrade it to a 24-inch for the full 1,200 feet.
I got a second.
Second.
All in favor, signal by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you,
And
sir.
when you do it, you find that you've had to hook on a lot more than you thought was there.
Yes.
You might come back and ask for a little more.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mind if I-
I'm not
Ahead,
planning
you
to,
know what I'm
but
saying? That's why I kinda want you to have pictures and you can show us. You have to come back.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Are you familiar with the bill, the stone to the county? We don't have to pay sales tax.
Sorry, say it again.
Oh, that is right.
If the stone to backfill it,
Uh-huh.
if you bill it to the county, am I right? They don't
I
have
think
to
so.
pay sales tax.
Okay.
If IMI bills it directly to the county.
Okay, well, that was from one of their salesmen, that was through me, so that's good to know.
You know, you might not even have to go that far.
What?
Because you should be able to tell IMI that it's our stone, no matter who gets it.
Well, are you stoning it?
Really?
It's gotta have our name on
See,
it.
I don't think that was kind of I don't know if I was ever discussed, whether,
Discussion.
yeah.
Because I don't know, you better keep the stone how it is, because I don't know if you can do that.
Well, there's no, right now you're not stoning. This bid, there's no stone.
For 51.
Just if he runs into where you gotta tie something.
Yeah, but you're using radius cutters that are shaped at the bottom.
Yep.
What are you doing with the old tile?
So our plan is to keep it going for as long as we can and then cap off.
So the old tile will still be in there?
Do you want us to demolish it?
What's the board done? I can give an opinion, but what's the board done in the past?
I don't
I don't
know.
know.
If it's good, leave it.
I'd like to let it go as long as we can because we don't know how much water we have rushing in on us as we adjust to the new.
Well, no, when you're done, when you got the new one put in, what are you doing with the old one?
That's,
Derek? It's just, here's my thing, if you don't destroy that old tile, if you, once that job's complete and that old tile starts breaking down, you're gonna keep, the county is still,
Gonna have to clean it out.
it's still gonna have to pay maintenance on it.
Okay.
So if you destroy that old tile and hook the other laterals in, that gets rid of that clay tile and now we're, in an essence, don't have to pay maintenance on the old tile because it's not being broke down.
Yes, and if you got jet or something, you could jet it or whatever you had to do, if you had to maintain it.
Yes, but it's just, it's done, you're done with it.
Yes, right.
And so after you leave and the next generation comes in, they're gonna keep working on this clay tile.
Thinking it's going somewhere,
Yeah.
you've done took it away, you know what I mean?
And so, I don't know if that was in your bid or what you prefer, but I would like to see the board comment on what to do with the old tile and go from there. That makes sense.
Yeah. You need to know what kind of shape it's in.
Yes, 'cause-
Do you want to leave it or not?
Yeah, because if you just break it down here and there, and then like you said, the next generation comes in and fixes it, they're just spending money.
Yeah.
Dead money.
Right.
And you're not really doing nothing, you're just spending money. And so my personal preference is that once the project's done, the old tile be demolished.
Okay.
Be crushed all the way along, so there's no, and then the old laterals be hooked in.
Okay.
Now, does the board need a
So do you lay the new one in the same area?
Our-
vicinity? You
our
gotta get on one
intent
side
is
or
to
the
be
other.
within 10 feet, yeah. We've got tile locators that we can run up through it and everything, just to get as far as we can. So yeah, our intent is to be within roughly 10 feet of that.
Is that in a bid, or is there?
I did not account for that here now.
I agree, it ought to be
We were just
destroyed.
about done with the meeting.
It ought to be destroyed, I agree.
Yeah,
If
so
it's
do
in
I.
that bad a shape.
Yeah. Most of
Like
them
you say,
are.
because the young people won't know and they'll be spending money on something that, you know what I mean?
That's junk.
Do we
And
want
you're
to
gonna tie all
evaluate
those
any-
laterals back into it, so.
What'd you say?
I didn't, so do you want me to go out and evaluate any? I mean,
What do you mean evaluate it?
well, I guess, not knowing any of the conditions like we were saying, we just want to demolish it all.
I would demolish it all and hook it all back in, hook the laterals over.
Okay, and that's what our plan was, to hook all the laterals into the old, or into the new, yes.
Yeah, and you were just gonna cross the old tile,
Yep.
whichever side you're gonna run on. But yeah, I would prefer,
I would too.
Me too.
Yeah.
What do you say, Kenny?
Where's this tile at?
you know where IMI junior plan is?
Where what? Yeah,
I am Pipe Creek.
We're a mile, 3/4 mile west of there. On the north side of the road.
it's on the north side of the road.
Correct. Drain south.
What is it? IMI's?
No, it's the Harper legal tile, that drains, the Arundel farm that they were talking about ditching is what it drains. And drains, some of Gunnings and some other ground out there.
Should decide that.
So we're still talking about a county tile that has maintenance on it. That it has plenty of money in to replace it. So,
Thought on crushing.
Huh?
You want his thought on crushing?
yeah, what's your thought on crushing the old tile if they replace a new, put in a new?
Kenny, what do you think about crushing the old tile and replacing it with the new?
It needs to be crushed.
So do we have to readjust the bid or what do you want to do?
I guess go back and talk to, probably need to at least relook at it, I would say.
They can do an add-on to it.
And yeah, we can do that as well. I mean,
Yeah, cause
I don't know if we can-
we already passed it up to this, so.
Yeah.
Just, it's kinda like when you said if you run into that problem,
Yep.
you just got to come back to us and then we'll see what that price is.
Okay.
Okay, from there.
Yeah, but I'm fine with going through and crushing it too. All right, thanks, appreciate it.
Thank you. Any other business?
Quick question. What is the board's, desire, or where's the board stand? And I was gonna ask Raymond, but he's not here today, but, on private tile, if, development comes on top of it and wants to change the direction of that tile or destroy it, what's the board's stance on those tiles?
I don't like it, but I know we did there.
But we don't have any authority over private tile, do we?
No.
You know, I don't, and so we're talking about the development out west of Marion that gets talked about in the news here and there, and proposed data center and so forth. And so, you know, if they run septic and sewer or build over top of tile and the tile's already in there, who's responsible? If they won't, who's responsible to maintain that tile if they hit it, or who's responsible to take care of it? Who's responsible to move it?
Well, they ain't never came to us yet, though.
And that's why I'm just asking where the stance is. And you can not use that, you can use any instance.
Well, I mean, far as I'm understanding that, 'cause they want to open ditch, right, all the way to
Pipe Creek.
Pipe Creek.
I can't tell you, I don't know.
Yeah, this is what I've heard, and
So
I feel like if they can put their own in, and they can't mess with none of ours because we can't handle what they're gonna do, you know, according to what their water gallons are gonna use.
So this is, the AI system that's possibly be going
Possibility,
in.
yes, I
We
mean,
don't know
everybody's
about.
hit their miss.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm saying,
They
I
need to
mean,
put their own drainage
Yes.
in for that system, in my opinion.
cause you know,
There's
you
big
guys'
expense.
tiles can't handle only what you guys designed them for, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, and you know, I think there's I don't know where that line is to say, you know, if you don't have drainage, no matter if our houses or our fields, you don't have a whole lot.
Yeah.
And, you know, where's that line where the county drainage board says, hey, you can't you can't cross this unless you fix this? And, you know, where is that line at? Is that tile that's already in there?
Well, I mean, I think basically we gotta get them to come to us, and then we make that decision when they get here, you know what I'm saying?
And
But
I'm
who's
not
gonna,
sure we
who's
have
gonna
any
keep
authority
track
over
of it?
private
That's the
tile.
problem.
Yeah.
I don't think.
It's like we approved that solar deal in Gas City,
No.
and I said to Raymond, who's gonna see that they do what they
Yeah,
say they're
put the
doing?
things over it, right?
Mhm.
To put, yeah, cause really, we have to go out there and look at that. You know what he's talking about?
Yeah.
You know, where they're making the roads, you know, accesses and stuff. Cause we wanna make sure, we need them guys to take pictures and stuff to send to you guys when they're doing that, so we can see exactly what they've done. You know what I'm saying? And I think we need to do that to everybody, cause them pictures, you know, speaks 1,000 words, you know what I mean?
But we need to have somebody looking, just cause they say they do it, they
Right.
cut corners.
Right.
That's,
So if
I
you, if you
think-
guys could look into that, see if they've started them crossings yet, you know what I'm saying? Then just speak to them and tell them that which I think we told them we wanted photos, but just to remind them.
But no, we don't know what to do on that, really.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah, because they haven't really, that's come, you know, 'cause I'm amazed
Yeah.
they came here.
No, it's all hearsay right now.
Right.
That's right.
Move adjourned.
Second? Yeah.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.
so, in essence, it's not a done deal, but it's gotta be approved before it can be done, right? By the
Right.
county.
Right, because if they got it, because see, they
Commissioners or
can't, right.
county commissioners.
Yep. The county, and well, because, yeah, the commissioners, because you got it, and us.
And us.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, we're the drainage board, so.
Good job.